just wanted to show y'all. I'm covering the lid of the box because it has my address on it. So I ordered several things for us to use in my Sunday school class for church, just to give me some inspiration. Feeling kind of like need some inspiration and some ideas, just something to amp it up for the kids. But she is Brighter Day Press, and there's a little 10% discount on here, so I'll put that in the description box if y'all want to give it a look. But these cute little stickers, so Thatcher will probably want that one, and Eleanor will probably take that. But just wanted to show y'all how pretty it is all wrapped. And I did already take all of this out of the packet, the plastic wrap, but I figured y'all would want to see just how I saw it. So I ordered these little Easter story cards, and they have, it's through like the week leading up to Easter, but it gives you a little story. This one is her welcome, but it gives you a little story on each card, the Bible verses, just some information for each day. Nothing big, just like a small paragraph. But thought these little cards were cute. We do have some little canvas strings, but that's okay. I like that they came in this bag to keep them. And then I picked up an Easter kind of curriculum thing so that we can make some crafts for children's church. There are some books that we can look into checking out from the library to read, just to make it more fun, because most of these children have heard the resurrection story over and over and over. It is still something that we need to continue to teach about, but I want to liven it up. So I purchased these for inspiration for that. It comes with a little supply list. It's just beautiful. I will say the books have a little smell to them. Whenever I took them out of the plastic, I could smell it right away at first, but now that they've just been sitting in this box overnight and without the plastic, I don't smell it. But there's a little hymn. There's an activity for beeswax making, and then this one's a different type of beeswax candle, another hymn, and it goes through each day, which for me, I'll probably start this at the first week of March for this year, for 2024, and we will do a day each time I see the children and just do a different activity, but something to tie the lesson in, make it fun. And then we've got some resurrection cookies. So just this whole little book. It's got the answer key in the back for me, and then I also got the extension book, so that especially for some of the older kids. No, this one I thought was adorable. That's probably gonna be one of the first activities we do. But for some of the older kids that want to help, then we can make some bigger things. Or even if the ladies group wants to make an activity for Easter, that would be amazing for them to do. We might even be able to turn that into a Mother's Day activity for our children. But lots of activities, lots of lessons and information. I love the sidewalk chalk. And then I got a book to lead us into spring, for lots of spring activities. Like I said, I needed some inspiration, and when I saw this, I was like, there we go. And this is done by way of like homeschooling, but I plan to use it as inspiration for me to teach Sunday school. Now, we might repeat some of these in our own homeschooling activities, but the purpose of it is really for our Sunday school. So a simple spring. So morning time and Reformation Day was my favorites out of all of these. But so it ties in natural things all around our current world, different books and poems that show us that there are other people out there loving Jesus Christ just as much as us, and how to turn all this into I Will Sing of My Redeemer. But just to show the children that learning about God is not just for Sunday school. It's about all points of our life, and that it's it's been around for a long time, the practice of learning about our Savior. So, oh, the chocolate hammers, but different fun activities for them. And I got enough for the whole year, as you can see. So Thanksgiving study into, again, additional books that we can read, hymns, learning about the first Thanksgiving. It talks about being thankful for many different aspects, making place cards, gratitude, just different, lots of different activities. And then to end the year would be Advent. But look how, I mean, they are beautifully bound. Lots and lots of activities, poems, books, hymns. Like, it's just, I'm loving it. I do love how large of a print it is. It's well printed. It's not super busy for me. So, like I said, I'm not an affiliate. This lady doesn't even know who I am. I will say she is out of Texas, so I thought that was even cooler. But, I'm excited. And I'm going to keep an eye out for when she has even more things, so we can pick up more as we need. But I will leave that 10% off down in the description box. And now to get into our recipe for today. Okay, so another super simple and delicious meal. This one, again, is not super quick as in for time to cook, but it is very quick to throw together. So we're going to make some ribs in the oven for dinner. So I'm just slipping a fork, one of the little tines on the back of here. I tried the paper towel trick, but my hands are slipping with the paper towel today. So we'll see if this works a little bit better. But I'm just going to get my fingers in there so we can get this membrane away from the bone. I'm going to show y'all how we just make some pork ribs in the oven, and Thatcher will tear up some ribs. That boy loves his ribs. And y'all know I love a good sale. So just like the chicken, they had the ribs on sale this week. After I pull this, I'll grab the package and I'll show y'all. They were like major sale. Alright, so we got all of that little membrane pulled off. And that part will be fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to cut those little pieces off real quick, just to trim up a little bit of it. I don't worry about things like this too much, especially on meals I'm trying to get done super quick, so for convenience. But trim off those big pieces. And here is the package. I know it's nasty because it was in the sink, but they were on sale for $5.14 for this whole wrap. Y'all, they are acting a fool today. Alright, so we're just going to use our SPG, which is just salt, pepper, and garlic. And we like ours very well seasoned. I don't season the back super heavy, except where the meat is. But the front, for sure. I do want some seasoning on the back. And usually I cook my ribs at 350 for a couple of hours. And I don't cover them or anything. But I saw someone else cook theirs at 275 and covered. And then just cranked them up like I do at the end. So we're going to try that. Especially because theirs takes about the same amount of time as ours does. But just to try something different. So we have the oven preheating to 275 today instead of 350. And you see we got a good seasoning on these. Oh, this stuff smells so good. So now that we have that seasoned, we're just going to cover these. And they'll go in the oven at 275 for about 2.5 hours. Alright, so I did not take into consideration in the beginning that this is a much larger rack of ribs than I normally get. So it has taken about an hour longer. Especially, it's also at a lower temperature than I normally do. But whenever I test it and I just see that the meat's starting to pull away from the bone, I just want to see that it pulls away when I kind of bend it up also. Shows me that it's tender. So I've got my oven raising to 450 degrees. Going to put over a little barbecue sauce, and I've uncovered them, as you can see, and put them back in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes to let it finish that last little bit of cooking and also get all that crispy, barbecue-y, bubbly goodness that will be going on top. So just whatever kind of barbecue sauce you like. I'm just using some regular old grocery store barbecue sauce. And if you don't like barbecue sauce, you don't have to do this. I'm not a huge saucy person, but I like having that bubbly glaze, sticky texture on top. Now Thatcher, he loves him some barbecue sauce. Of course, he loves some ribs. He's probably going to eat at least a third of this rack just by himself. And that's not a lie. Alright, y'all. So everything's all done. I'm just going to show y'all. This might not be the proper way to cut your ribs, but it's how I do it. Just kind of find a bone and follow it through. And the same for this. Try not to pull too hard or you will rip the bones straight out, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it'll be harder to serve up. And yes, I have my pressure cooker going again. We're canning some more. Just getting it so that they can set in there overnight. See, and this is when it doesn't always add up because that bone's a little bit crooked. Smacking my fingers already. Trying to hold it together, but y'all see it's falling apart. Ooh. The bone's just slipping out. And this is great for when you may not have a grill or may not be able to grill outside, or you just want ribs and you don't want to mess with all that. You can have it, no troubles.